every time when EO drops the hammer on the closeout of the old Thank God It's Tuesday theme song, that's what really puts me in the right spot. I'm Ken Meringolo. Thank God It's Tuesday. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, welcome to the basement. He's Tim Strachan.
Man, I'm ready to go. I don't know if you guys laxed out? You stickheads over here? You ready to talk some football again tonight?
Yes. No more cradling.
I'm ready to talk some football.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I'm ready as well.
Good to see and hear everybody.
Thanks to anyone out there who joined us last night for two great high school lacrosse games. And congratulations again to the Good Counsel Falcon girls lacrosse team and the Gonzaga Eagle boys lacrosse team. It was a fun night. Manner of speaking, Greg Martin, Robert Cohen, Ken Harris, Rhett Donnelly, all in the house. Good to see you guys. We kind of put this show back together. They rescheduled our game from today to yesterday. And I was kind of like, well, I guess it's no longer a holiday for us. So
time to go to work.
Yeah, I know.
Got everyone back in.
I was looking forward to a week off, man.
Canceled all of our plans. We were all going to travel. T was going to be on assignment. And so welcome to Tuesday. It's a normal work day. You know, we started at the normal time, as Lumberg would say. There is actually stuff to talk about too, which is cool for it being the middle of May. And as I said in the promotion for tonight's episode, without any,
you did a promotion for tonight's episode.
I did a few interviews, talk shows. I hit the circuit. Wow. There's a lot of buzz on the street.
It's called a promo in the business, I believe.
Did a promo.
Yep.
EO, welcome, sir. But without any pads or pass rushers or defensive backs, play clock, tens of thousands of fans, and Jaden Daniels looked great. He threw a football to other people, also not wearing pads or being guarded. And it looked awesome. That's all. I don't want to.
It's okay to have a first impression. Yes. We don't have to beat the crap out of it, but it's okay to say, yeah, there's a reason why everyone was salivating over this guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, he looks the part.
He was ready for the day.
Yeah, he was.
He was ready for that day.
Well, that's the cool part.
He's already ahead of the game.
Yeah, he went up there and made sure he was ready mentally, which is listen, it's a necessity. But as fans of this fan base, we know that's a good start.
Yep.
It's not always the case.
Well, and I really liked, and it maybe shows a little bit about why they did what they did, but they did the side-by-side slow motion release of Jaden Daniels versus Drake May. So same tape or same spot where they get the ball and they throw, and then they slowed it down. I mean, Jaden Daniels is throwing the ball so much faster than Drake May. I know everyone has their own thing. And
plus, he's accurate.
And he's accurate. Super accurate. So that was cool. I mean, anything that makes our pick look like A, a smart pick, and B, a guy that's going to be ready to play is great. Nothing happened in this rookie camp that leads any of us to believe he won't be starting week one. I believe he will be starting week one. I'm trying to think now the only scenario in which Jaden Daniels wouldn't start. I don't think he's going to be bad enough where they're going to think that they can't play.
There's only one scenario.
Did they like Marcus Mariota better?
Injury.
Okay, I was gonna say or
you guys have just been saying horrible, terrible things for the last hour of your lives to me.
I have not.
That Marcus
You're damn
Mariota,
right you have.
This might be his year. I got a hunch about this guy from Oregon. You got to ride with the hot
I hope
hand.
he's wearing a split number as well.
They should steal his helmet for sure before the game in week one. Thurman Thomas style. Rookies in general, everyone looked fine. I think Jaden Daniels, like you said, looked the part. And it feels right and it feels good. But on the other hand, the other kind of stars of the show, I think everyone was really getting a chance to look at the coaching staff for the first time. I think a lot of buzz was made about Dan Quinn and Kingsbury and some of these other guys whooping it up on the sidelines and creating a lot of energy. So that was fun. They weren't overhyping the new coach and we're going to be great because of it. But I think everyone commented on the difference.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, it's a different feeling.
I thought it was going to be all Jaden.
New energy, new just Yeah, it's something to be excited about for sure. It's a new regime. It's a new beginning. It's no more turd burglars or anything like that.
Stone Cold Meathead with a brilliant brain, and that's a dangerous combination. And these guys respect him.
Sorry,
it's
Turd Swaggler. And Kings getting our first look at just Kingsbury and Daniels talking to each other is, I mean, obviously it's essential, but I think a lot of people, there's a lot of things that get overlooked when you're drafting a quarterback number 2 overall. I mean, I think the Dan Quinn story gets pushed down a little bit, and it's going to be a big deal. I think the Cliff Kingsbury story gets pushed down a little bit. That's going to be a huge deal. We don't talk about Joe Watt at all. We're not talking about Ken Norton at all. I mean,
Brian Johnson, our passing game coordinator.
Yes,
anywhere Jaden Daniels can turn, someone's teaching him something.
It's a big deal. Like these are big stories. These would be huge changes in the right direction by themselves, and then you add to that, a new face of the franchise in terms of our offensive, success. If Jaden Daniels can pull it off, nothing happened to make us think he can't. And I think the security blanket that I think the Redskins have is that everyone said he was going to be the most pro ready coming in. So there was nothing anyone ever said that was like, well, we project this, development that, let him sit, let him watch, would be beneficial. He was always, even over Caleb, to some people, the best and ready to come in and play. Especially Cliff Kingsbury's style of offense.
Look, I think Drake May has the potential to be very good in this league. He does not have the potential to be very good this year. He just doesn't. He doesn't have the experience. I mean, Jaden Daniels played 5 years for 2 different organizations in college, right? I mean, he's a little bit more seasoned. He knows what's going on. He proved that his first day, not only on the field, but off the field, which I think is probably more impressive than what he did on the field. Right, so I think they did a great job of rolling it out. The whole Tress Wave thing, bringing all that together.
Yeah.
Like
my man,
it was just
Tress.
done right. They rolled it out right. This wasn't about who's really good or who's not good. This was like March Mad or Midnight Madness, right? It's all pomp and circumstance, really. You're showing yourself for the first time, right?
It's true, and with the least amount of returning players and a whole entire new staff with a brand new everything, it's pretty cool. I know it doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things, but that was cool. A month of it, not so fun, but this was fun so far to see just Jaden Daniels out there, to see his quick ass release. He's got it. He keeps it down low, T-Bird. You've seen it, and he's got that. But that thing is lightning, and his accuracy is that's why you're the most pro ready.
Well, he's going to have to learn to throw that ball pretty quick because he ain't going to have a whole lot of time.
No, it's going to be different for him. But it's cool to see these guys come together for the first time, like Dan Quinn said. And everything he was saying was just getting me jacked up. Like, this guy is going to be prepared, and there's going to be no more boring interviews. And I do not believe he stands on the sidelines with his arms folded for the entirety of a 4-year contract. I just can't imagine. Nothing against any previous regimes. That this dude is such a cool interview. I mean, if you heard him today talking about everything, talking about the shirt, talking about the defense, talking about taking the shine off the rookies because of it, like, he just gets this league. He's been through the ringer. He's been to a Super Bowl. He's crash burned, redefined himself, and come back. And right now, is there anyone on earth that was up for that job that you would switcheroo with right now?
No way.
I know, it's crazy. And we're not just homers. This guy is, I've fallen for you, Dan Quinn.
So let's talk about the shirt. I mean, he knows us, right? He even inspired you.
Listen, I got the 2 feathers tonight, baby, right here. And that's because DQ, his buddy didn't make this one, but I'm going to find out who that son bitch is. He's going to make us 3.
So you think it was all calculated?
100%.
I can't imagine.
Like, it's not like Forrest Gump. They're not feathers falling around through the air and landing in the right exact spot on the side of his shirt.
I missed that scene in Forrest Gump.
The feather
scene. What are you talking about? It's when the music's playing
just sitting there
and the feather.
And the feather.
I know, but then the 2 of them landed right in the shirt.
Well, for Dan Quinn,
it landed right in front of him. He didn't pick it up.
Yeah. So I do. I think this is all. I think the whole organization, from Josh Harris and Adam Peters all the way down to Dan Quinn, I think they are. Everything is a rebrand. Even if they're not changing the name or don't change the name or anything like that, everything from this point on is a total rebrand. And little things like this are 100% calculated, in my opinion.
Well, if it was you give credit to him because obviously it galvanized the old
Alumni.
schoolers, the old schoolers, right? And
Doc
then he
Walker
made-
said that was for
he
us.
he made and then he made the connection. I want to, bridge the past
Yes,
to the
bridge
present.
was the term.
Like
yeah.
Riggins. Riggins said, I didn't play for the
brilliant.
Commanders. I played for the
Smart as
Redskins.
shit.
Right.
I don't know. Can he get fined for that? I
Well,
guess by
so today
somebody or
today he
some-
played
someone?
today he played good boy. He said I didn't
I learned a
realize
lesson.
that blah blah blah, and then JP Finley at the very end asked him a question. He was like, nope, he didn't. He was done. He was like, what I said is what I said. I'm finished. I love how he's in charge. He is in control. He's not going to get up and walk out. He's going to control.
He's not going to let shirts become he's not going to talk about shirts for a week. He's just done with him.
But he's blunt and he's honest, and I love it.
It's a great shirt. He knew it.
It is a great shirt.
Everyone knows it.
We're going to make that shirt.
And you put feathers on everything. I mean, I think that's the lesson we're learning here. I think that's going to be the thing anything we can think of.
Weird. You've been running by that motto for a while.
Put feathers on it all. Put the feathers on everything.
Put a feather on it.
Put a feather on it. Feather it up. So we have a rookie who looked good in rookie camp. We have a coach who wore a great shirt.
A rookie coach who wore a great shirt.
Yeah. And a rookie coach who wore a great shirt.
Come on.
The folks out there, I'm getting distracted. And I want to put this up on the screen. All right. So, because this is important. This is the kind of stuff we handle in the off season. When does year 2 start? Right now, we're the year 1 AD. I believe, and I'll go back and check the records, I believe year 2 will begin at the beginning of camp. I think we're as soon as everyone reports, we're in year 2. That's what I'm going to go with at this point in time. I think we can, and we reserve the right to change it.
It's when Turtzwagler was.
Yeah, which I believe was roughly last summer.
That would be officially AD. So it's a year from there. Greg, do the math.
I like when you guys figure this part out.
Yeah.
Well, you're the math guy.
I know, but
Raymond.
I'm not really sure what's happening here. So, and all day long between the two of you, I'm a little standoffish. I have to be honest. So,
There's a little extra.
it's been a little extra. It was getting a little out of hand, and I
extra.
appreciate it. But it got my nerves off a little riled.
It takes a lot.
I have lots of senses of humor. Apparently, that isn't one of them, and neither was the response. And we'll just keep that to
It was
ourselves.
more for my own enjoyment.
Wait a second.
I agree.
That's what it always
I see nothing wrong with that either. But
Oh
fact
my
is, you
gosh.
You know what's
Manner of
messed up?
speaking, you're
You know
right.
what's messed up, Kevin? You don't roll with it.
I'm still not responding to any of these portions.
Look
of these
at this. I didn't
conversations.
realize we had another 0.3K. Manner of speaking saw it right away. We're closing in on 100,000, one at a time, 1K at a time.
Nice.
Yeah, we're close. So let's keep the word on the street. We want to take this opportunity. Obviously, if you want to be a subscriber and liker of the show. After we record the show, it gets loaded to Red Coral Universe. You're gonna be hearing that more from us in the days to come.
Universe.
The platform is available on every single app you have at your house.
This was their idea. I mean,
Yeah.
this is completely, totally their idea, and that's amazing.
First Amendment channel. You go there, you watch our games. The shows are going to be put up there for the time being. You're still going to watch our show on YouTube because this is what we do. With the
Everything
interaction.
we've done is on there almost. Well, it's
Yeah,
getting there.
most of our games are on there. Our show is loaded on there, but you can watch it
How about
on
our
the TV.
WCAC shows? Are those on there?
They can be. Well, I think what we're doing is putting an interview package together. So like that one summer when we did all
Yes,
those,
when
we did
all the
like
interviews.
10 straight bangers in terms of WCAC interviews. I want to
Once
say
those are up, that's going to be a lot of fun for people.
Eric
That would be cool.
Metcalf, Adrian Dantley, Bobby Ferry, Lawrence Moten, Marvin
Marvin
Graves.
Graves.
We had some serious stuff.
Danny
Carol
Ferry,
Holmes.
Brian Westbrook,
Carol Holmes. Marty Favret. Bob Malloy.
Roman Oben.
Roman Oben.
Roman Oben, Malcolm Johnson.
Malcolm Johnson. That's right.
So we're gonna put all those out there as well. So here's what we need you to do, and we'll make it easier for you as the weeks go by because I'll actually be able to put a link. All you just have to do is click the link, and it takes you straight to the First Amendment Sports page. But just as you know, with YouTube, the audience involvement matters, and so what we're trying to do is get our
get it
folks
there.
to get
We'll
there
get it
and
there.
watch. and it'll help elevate our ability to produce cooler and cooler stuff. So please go on there, even if you just hit play and walk away. That helps people. It's not helping us.
Red Coral
These
Universe
guys are awesome. We had a great meeting the other day. We just got to get more people. Just go check out our stuff, and we'll get more and more up there as we're going along.
I think you wearing less pants moving forward would certainly help that also.
They actually
his
brought
contract.
that up, and they said no. They said that's in the contract. We can't.
You mean that you've already got a clear
you can't-
delineation between your
below
other
the belt,
your other thing?
Not kosher.
Your yeah.
Here's the question from the board. Think Johnny Newton will be available for camp? I think the answer is possibly at some point before the season starts.
I mean, it's a second foot injury today. It's a second
it's
surgery.
the other foot.
It's the other foot.
It's the other foot.
So I mean, and it
This
doesn't
is
seem like
the
it would
Liz
take forever.
Frank
The James
fracture or whatever.
Yeah,
it's-
James
you know,
fracture.
This is weird. I heard it for the first time like maybe 8 years ago, and it's apparently it's very painful and it takes some time.
He still was
That's
the
all it
Big
is.
Ten
It takes
Defensive Player of the Year. He
You
balled
can't
out.
rush it back because then it happens again.
He did what he did after one surgery and on another foot that had the same injury. So if we can get this guy healed up and pain free, he's probably going to do everything everyone thinks that he's capable of.
He should be ready to rock and roll come preseason.
Yeah.
at the latest.
Luckily, we have two guys that are going to be just fine.
They're going to be all right.
Yeah, to start off the season.
Playing in this defense that they're talking about, playing fast downhill. There's no read and react. These two lunatics are great at that.
Yeah.
They are freaking body movers.
Because they're pure physical animal. That's what they're gonna win a battle. If they say, hey, you get to go battle this guy on every single play, they're like, okay.
If you leave one of them one-on-one in the pass game and they're out coming downhill and they have no gap responsibilities, like these two are going to eat. It's going to be similar to watching these Dallas defenses the last few years.
Yep.
And they're going to unleash the hounds, and I love it. It's going to be so much fun. Listening to Frankie Louvu today talking about how exciting it is, then listening to the defensive staff say, "Oh yeah, just like we saw on tape, he hits hard, he brings it, and he does it fast." I'm like,
Yep.
This is so exciting.
And he's not a quarterback. He doesn't have to learn a playbook. He doesn't have
No.
to learn intricacies of a new language. He's a defensive lineman, and the game is different, and he does have to learn new things. But for the most part, what he is good at doing, he's going to be, when he's healthy, they'll put him on the field to do it, which is great. And he, when he's been on the field, before, after, during surgery and these injuries on his foot, he was an unstoppable force on the line. So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully,
Think someone knew about his sneaky feet, and that's
Yes.
possibly why he
Absolutely.
dropped.
Kool-Aid had the same thing.
Yeah.
there's no way they didn't know.
Oh yeah. No.
Dude, the NFL knows everything. Like their research. I mean, they uncover if they don't uncover something, heads roll. People are fired. I mean, they hire FBI people. I mean, we talked about this. They're like the firm. I mean, it's scary.
They are, yes.
They know everything. They learn everything. They talk to everybody, and it's what's his face? What's the guy's name?
The Fred
old
Davis
dude?
superfluous nipple.
Yeah, the superfluous nipple. Shit. Who's
It
the?
was right
Wilford
smack dab in the
Brimley.
middle,
Wilford
apparently.
Brimley.
Wilford.
Yeah, he's going to be getting in people's faces, and you don't lie to Wilford. I don't even know if he's still alive. Ken Harris, is Wilford Brimley still alive? E.O. Anderson, sorry that we E.O. Anderson, he was out. He was on, he was on PTO tonight. Thought he had the night off, and what you did, put out the bat signal a little bit late, and he was having Japanese skewers, but he's back, thankfully. So we like to see you there.
Certainly hoping that's code word for something.
Aren't
Japanese
we at
skewers?
or around the Wilford Brimley
Memorial?
line, like the age he was at Cocoon?
When
Us, personally?
he
That's a
had
thing, yes.
the greatest
He was
line
like
of all
48
time.
or 49
No,
when he...
no way. 40s?
Yes,
Wilford Brimley in Cocoon was 48.
I believe so.
I think he's been 98 80 straight years.
It's called the Wilford Brimley line.
Eating oatmeal
It's a
ages you
thing.
apparently, but
Yes.
I've read about this. and
Anybody look it
also,
up? Tell us
his
what the
line
Wilford
in that
Brimley
movie.
line is.
His line in that movie when they find the fountain of youth at 48 years old. He's talking about his boner. And I remember he said a cat.
Always about the
he said
boner.
a cat couldn't scratch it, and I was like, "What is he talking about?" My mom and dad were like, I was like, I've got a question over here. We're like, what is the cat not gonna? And to this day, I think about it all the time. Like, that had to be so uncomfortable for everyone. If I wasn't such a dumbass,
All right, so EO's got headphones on at the Japanese skewer place. Keep us posted on the sake bombs. Let's start getting after
Ken
it.
Harris kept us posted.
This year's, of course. Brimley.
Sake bombs, yeah. Count those bad boys. It's 2020.
2020.
It
May
was-
he rest in peace.
I don't think it was diabetes related, though.
No, he was 1,000 years old.
Apparently, he was 53.
I loved him in Seinfeld when he played the postmaster general, and Kramer didn't want mail anymore. Because it's a ludicrous premise. All right, so tomorrow the schedule comes out, and I guess not as much as leaked. Then we know what the Chiefs are playing the Niners in week 1. We know they're playing the Bengals in week 2. We know a lot about the Chiefs first week. We don't know a lot.
I mean, I don't know what seductive matchups we're looking for.
That Washington Carolina tilt. You know the sponsors.
I know we're
begging
not
for
playing
it.
the AFC East. I know that, so I'm all right with that. And the rest of it is just tell us what time do we put the television on? Just
for the
Or
schedule.
go.
Oh, I can't
It
do
is.
it. I can't watch. That's the one show I can't watch.
The Wilford Brimley line. He was
gosh.
18,530 days old, which is 50 years, 9 months, and 6 days old when he did Cocoon.
I thought you were gonna tell me how many months old he is. Like
I'm
his mother.
closest.
He's just a mere 7,500 months old. I remember when he was 6,000 months old. You were closest. I didn't realize it was that young.
why would a cat want to scratch it? I was so confused.
Maybe like
I may still
bat
eat
it
them.
around a little, but like don't like put the claws out.
Oh God! Oh my God! It's not catnip, Ken.
Just bat it around.
Soft paws, you son of a bitch.
I think we're starting to get a little bit of momentum towards, or I should say, I've been seeing more and more people are throwing out the Commanders Giants week 1, as we talked about last week. I believe that was my pick. No one knows shit. And,
Blockbuster.
and if it's not that, it's going to be like freaking Carolina. I mean, they always put us in like the minor league spot in week 1.
I have one stat.
Yep.
Dan Quinn, last 4 times he went up against Daniel Jones as a starter. Daniel Jones has averaged 198 yards through the air, has thrown for 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, and has had 3 fumbles.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it is week 1 Giants with
Yeah,
Daniel
of
Jones
course.
That'd be
behind
nice
the
because
center.
Daniel Jones has
Because we're pretty
owned
good
us.
at that. Us, but not Dan Quinn, and he's us now.
That's true. Daniel Jones. I mean, he's that quarterback.
Oh, 15 sacks as well.
Yeah, if you watch him, he should be great. They gave him Malik Neighbors. They gave him an aging veteran, Allen Robinson. We'll see. They took away Saquon Barkley. That's a big deal. So we'll see what that Giants offense looks like this year. But
Allen Robinson's the same age as Wilford Brimley.
yeah, he's past the Wilford Brimley age. He is
Wilford
past.
Brimley line.
There
That's
it
what it
is.
is.
Oh man, let's see. That's right, Ken Harris. That's what I heard too. Giants 100th anniversary season,
let
so
me
it's
just-
on the road.
Greg, I get it now. I didn't get it in the mid 80s. That's all.
I don't get it.
The cat
Sharpening its
sharpening
nails.
their nails against Ken's. I mean, wait, bat it around. Never mind.
EO's dislocated boner, not mine.
Oh boy.
Which I think I'm gonna say that "How Did I Get Here" is a track that everyone should check out. It's on Spotify. Give it a listen and tell me
How did I get here?
how did I get here?
All right, also check out Franco Eyes. I saw Franco on there earlier.
Yes,
Franco
James.
Eyes, Dirty Heads, banging on the ride over here.
Okay, okay.
It still
Still got it?
It still gives it. It
Okay.
still slaps. Do the kids still say that?
Of course,
It still slaps.
yeah. Are you okay? What do you
I'm
got?
trying to turn off this thing because it keeps dinging. You want to turn it off for me?
What do you, just
Right there on the there you go.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Oh, you got tricked. Guess
My
what?
fingers don't work so good.
That's not what Kevin said. Yeah, but that's I beat you to it. We were like racing. I saw Kevin. We're like
I'm not scratching anybody.
racing to the microphone to answer that one. It's like, who can hit this out of the park first? I'm like, Kevin said, that's not what Kevin said. No, but you have magical fingers, see. The the schedule release is my least favorite production. I think that the NFL does. I find it. I don't know. I'm the guy. I'll watch the draft through the 7th round and deal with the absolute, really subpar programming that's on TV at that point in time. I get it. But the NFL draft, they stretched it out into hours upon hours. They're leaking it. This shouldn't be this way. Just tell us when we're playing stuff. Let every team do their own thing. The league has to leak out. We already know who we're playing now. I have to find out what order I play Carolina and the Giants and some of these other terrible teams.
And there's no real tasty road games. Like Arizona is great, but that's across the country. It's not just an easy weekender. Like, and not that I'm doing that, but it's fun to think about.
Yes,
and I don't really give a shit. There's not many games that I'm like, oh my god, must see that one. Some of the plays, I think at Tampa, I've been there a bunch of times. Like,
it's just.
Have you ever been to a pro game outside of DC?
Yes, I went to
right,
Super Bowl
Super Bowl
18, unfortunately.
That works.
For the Redskins. Yes.
I've been to Baltimore to see a Skins game. I don't know if you guys have seen the Skins there. Obviously, I've seen other games in Baltimore. I went to Miami to see a Dolphins Skins game when Tim the Dream Hasselbeck was the quarterback.
I've never just seen a Baltimore non-Washington football team.
I've gone up for a couple Ravens games. I used to attempt the doubleheader.
I lied. I did do that once. I was in Bashadi's
Well, of course you were.
box.
I mean,
It was awesome.
he's gonna drop that name
Bashadi's
right there.
bad.
How was Bashadi's box?
Yes,
It was
you,
great. Well kept. Very well kept.
I knew it.
Yes.
super.
There's
super
never
good.
going to be a sloppy
Impeccable
box.
service.
Like there's a lot of sloppy boxes in Baltimore, but not Bashadi's.
Not that one.
No.
No, sir.
I heard it smells great. The doubleheader. I'd like to say that I have another one left in me. They're long days. 1:00 Ravens game, Sunday night game at FedEx.
Well, we're in Baltimore this year, so maybe we do it.
Yeah.
We are playing the Ravens
I'll call
away.
Bashadi.
Just
No, you can't do two games at once.
Get that box ready,
I'll get
sir.
you in his box too.
How much room you got in that box, Steve? Oh God, I could play this one all day.
I'm trying.
This is more your speed right here.
Also, I sat 2
Thumbs
rows
up
from
or
him
coming in?
at the ACC tournament when his bodyguard accidentally shot himself.
This is true.
I was there. I was 2 rows away. I thought someone set a firework off, and we weren't told until that night. Well, the next morning when we came to. What had happened? He shot himself right in the leg.
In the butt.
Yeah.
That was Bashadi's bodyguard.
Bashadi's bodyguard. It was not in Bashadi's box. Let's not confuse this.
That reminds me of that South Park episode, Midge and Gary. But Bashadi's box sounds like where we need to be on Sundays.
Bashadi's Baltimore box.
B&B's. So I know we talked a little bit about the schedule this week. Greg and I were talking about somehow putting a rankings together of it. And when I thought it was, I wanted to go in a little different direction. I think I wanted to just some quick hitting things like how important is it to you guys not knowing what our schedule is, because you can't leak a schedule no one freaking cares about. So you can't be like, here's that juicy Week 8 Commanders matchup everyone's been pining for. It's like, no, we'll find out tomorrow. They're gonna be like, yeah, we'll just tell you who you're playing tomorrow.
It's the Bears. It's the Bears.
You're playing the Bears. So you can't really do power rankings. And I'm trying to just be honest about my team. You know, there's a reason why you picked number 2 overall. You have all new coaches, all new everything. So let's just be real about it. The NFL, they have an intern working on our schedule as we speak.
It's gonna be the Bears.
It's gonna be the Bears. So so I thought, okay, so what are some things that would matter just in general when I think about the schedule? Because obviously we're making plans for the fall. We have high school football on Saturdays, not really impacted greatly by the Washington football schedule. The Thanksgiving. Do you guys want the Skins in Dallas on Thanksgiving?
I love when they play on Thanksgiving. Yeah, you're with your family. Yeah, it does. I appreciate
I love it
that.
when they play on.
Yeah.
On
And we're not playing. Do you care if they're gonna play us on Thanksgiving? It's 99% gonna be Dallas. They're not sending us to Detroit for When's the last time have we ever played Detroit on Thanksgiving?
No, we played Dallas. I think that's how it went.
That's the thing.
I think that's how it went years ago,
Yeah.
mid '60s, and I think that's just been historic. The path. I read something about it, and it was just what they decided when they started pairing games up and doing these holiday events, and that was and of course Detroit and Dallas were the two spots at the time. So I would love to play. I would just love to play that day, but to see Dan Quinn in a post game interview after we beat Dallas on Thanksgiving this year,
Yes.
wouldn't that be something?
Eating a turducken.
Oh, you know he's gonna maul it. That meathead, he's gonna have it all. He's gonna crush it.
Well,
I want to try a turducken.
I do too.
I'll totally try it.
It'd be awesome.
We have 3 games now, right?
I love all three.
In the old days, we had to play. We had the 1 o'clock and the 4 o'clock. They were both. One was in Detroit. One was in Dallas. If we were playing on Thanksgiving, we got the Dallas game. But now there's an 8 o'clock game. So at home on Thursday night football on Thanksgiving Thursday, is there a game that would make that that would make the country care? I mean, at that point in time, we are who we are. It's November. Hopefully, Jaden Daniels is still playing and healthy, and we're in the hunt. We're a compelling story. I think people are buying into the sneakiness of our. You know, we could be a team that just drafted number 2 overall. We could also be a team that steals wins. So by Thanksgiving, we're either going to be
Let's beat Philly.
playing
that
out the
night.
street.
You
You go.
Let's end Philly's playoff hopes that night. That could be a possibility.
Hosting Philadelphia on Thanksgiving night. Would you go?
No.
In Philly?
No. We're here on
No,
Thursday night.
I'm
Thanksgiving.
home. I'm home with family for Thanksgiving,
Yep.
and I'm not spending it with just outside Philly.
I'm not going to FedEx. How about this? I'm not going to FedEx Field for Thanksgiving. My policy on FedEx has really evolved over the years. I'm with you. It's a family day, and I would. It's going to be a party. You're going to have 2 games in the bag. A Thanksgiving
I avoid
dinner.
fighting on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I have a no fight policy.
and it's just a shitty place. I mean, I'm sure they're. I don't want to be surrounded by Eagles fans. It's all bad, but like
That's
in
what
the
I mean.
in the first year,
hammered Eagles.
hammered
fans.
Eagles fans on Thanksgiving night. No bueno. So they should probably ask a few people before they schedule us on Thursday night. You have to be like the freaking Chiefs or the Packers or someone who is getting it done.
Who we all want to watch.
Who we all want to watch, but like
those
whose
guys.
people are like, hey, we're eating turkey in the parking lot. We're having a family reunion. If we were good and have been good, that game takes on a whole. And we're in our new
You would
stadium.
take your whole family
In the new stadium,
to the tailgate.
oh yes, absolutely. I've done that before. We always would have one game a year. Megan would bring the kids, all the family would come, and it was a deal. And then slowly but surely, the experience at FedEx rotted. And no, I would never take my whole family there for Thanksgiving now. But we start being good for a few years in a row, open a new stadium, and we're hosting a game on Christmas Eve or Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm giving it some thought. I'm closer. I'm way closer saying yes to that than and FedEx is a hard no.
Yeah, $1,000 is going to be a tough now, but it's just what it is. 4 of us, seats,
That's right.
boots, booze,
Yep.
boots,
Boots. You gotta have the boots.
boots.
What's what's the situation for Christmas? I don't know what day Christmas falls on, if it's a
I
weekend day or
believe
not.
it's the 25th.
No, what day of the week?
Yes.
No, you're right. And is Thanksgiving this? Is it on a Thursday this year?
It's middle of the week.
Let's just check Easter.
We'll check
Obviously, I gotta check
Easter.
I believe it was
Easter
on Tuesday this past year.
Tuesday this past year, because there's going to be no. Well, for whatever it was, there's the NFL has made the decision that they're not going to cede Christmas Eve and Christmas to the NBA any longer. They're putting games on those days. I feel like. Well, I know we played San Francisco on Christmas Eve 2 years ago. So I want to say we played on Christmas Day the last year. I mean, I don't know. But either way, there's
Was
games
it the
those days.
26th that we played last year? I
Was
think that was
something.
the
Was-
Sunday. I
was
think
right. Yeah.
there was one game on Saturday night. I think Christmas was the 25th.
Okay.
I mean, Saturday. There's one game
there
on
you got
Saturday night. And then a crap ton on the 26th. I don't know.
Christmas is a Wednesday this year, so you were probably right on the Tuesday. So there's going to be a game on Tuesday, a game on Wednesday. I'm guessing they'll do Monday Night Football that week, and probably at that point in time they're having Saturday games and Thursday night games. So really, that week potentially you only have a non-NFL day on Friday. in between Christmas and New Year's.
I think there's the first Friday opener in Brazil's happening this year. They're playing a Friday.
Yes.
So there you go, NFL. They've got every day.
Is Netflix getting a game this year? Ken Harris? I don't know who's getting games. Let me ask you guys this, and the board ring in. Are people subscribing to Peacock for their one game that they're putting on TV?
I am not.
I'm not.
No.
I'm not either. No. Sorry, I can't believe I'm saying that. But that said, I'll probably, if it's a game I care about, I'll figure out a way to watch it. But subscribing
for
to
some
my
reason, Peacock really steps up its game, and it's
how much?
something
I don't even know how
really
much it is.
I don't know either. I don't.
It's something I
got
don't want to pay.
I like what I got right now, and I don't want any more.
Yeah.
I gotta draw a line.
More's coming. You're gonna keep redrawing that line every year. It's gonna be like, well, I gotta have. It's gonna be like
because my fingers don't work. I use two hands and
magic
hold it
fingers.
like this
Oh, they work.
and draw it like.
I'm subscribed for Real Housewives. That's on NBC, EO? I had no idea. No game Christmas Eve. No game Christmas Eve Tuesday, but games on Christmas Wednesday. I think it's a scenario where I want
turn around. You gotta have it. Yet you can't.
Oh, they'll mini buy somebody.
Are we doing a
have to.
Christmas Eve show?
Yes, but or probably not.
Yeah.
That's not going to go over so hot. But Christmas Day for sure early. The Christmas Day. I would love for the Redskins to play on Christmas Day. Whatever the NFL is scheduling, if they're scheduling games on Christmas Day, they're not going to put us on Christmas though. That's going to be reserved for that's going to be like the 49ers versus Bengals or Ravens
playoff contending.
Yeah. They're gonna, but see, you can't flex. I think they should flex way more than they currently flex in terms of scheduling because there was so much trash on TV last year. Freaking Zach Wilson every single week just absolutely eats me up. I can't get over it.
It was so hard to watch him.
You've got to be able to change this. You've got to be able to change, but you can't announce a Christmas Day game and change that. I think that's a bridge too far. Now you are messing with people's holiday plans. The people who are willing to take their families to a holiday game are buying tickets. You can't F with people on a Christmas Day game, and therefore they're not going to take a chance on a Washington Carolina game on Christmas Day. Although maybe they should, but they're probably not.
No.
So the Feast of Seven Fishes, though, in the basement is a great idea.
I will volunteer to cook 2 of them, maybe 3.
All right, so
Great show, by the way.
the bear.
Yes.
So the Feast of Seven Fishes is just it's like 7 entree dishes. Is that what we're talking about?
It's actually 7 fishes.
It's 7 different seafood
Do
items.
not
Seafood
make
items.
or bring 8.
Do not make or bring in. You better not.
No.
All right. So which ones are? So you're claiming. What are you claiming? You're making 2. Do you know which 2 you're making?
Well, I'm gonna definitely go. I'm gonna bring a red snapper.
All right.
And a grouper.
Can I
I'm a
can I
big
claim
snapper
rockfish?
grouper guy. T's got rockfish.
Red snapper.
Someone's got to bring shrimp. I'm just saying. So,
Yep.
So I'll be down for the shrimp.
You're down for 3 now.
I got 3.
That's not a fish.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's-
it's seafood.
it's
It counts.
seafood. It's
You're
seafood
going with
items.
a. What are you doing?
It's cockles. It's
Rockfish?
It's
Oh, you got
scallops. Oh, I want scallops now. Some can have
I'm
shrimp.
allergic.
You're allergic to shellfish.
No, just scallops.
Seems kind of racist, but all right.
Well,
More
maybe I'm
scallops
not
for me.
allergic, but I shouldn't eat those.
Uh-oh.
You shouldn't. Okay, fair enough.
The old reverse Pac-Man, huh?
I'm a tuna guy, so I'm figuring out a way to get tuna steaks in there, and
Tuna's delicious. That's a good idea, Ken.
gotta go the tuna. And
Are you
I'm
going
gonna.
tartar. Or
Someone's got a calamari.
sear it.
Flame
We got to
it
need
up.
a Come on. Someone's got to fry up some calamari here. It's Christmas. Ante up, bitches.
I like
I'll do it.
swordfish.
I love frying shit.
There
I'm
you go.
doing tuna and swordfish. We got red snapper grouper, shrimp, rockfish, and what was the last one?
God, I don't know, but my mercury level just shot out my ass.
Oh no, this is gonna kill us. Not scallops, but what was the last one?
Scallops.
Some
No, calamari, too.
yeah, calamari.
T's going to fry
I'm
some-
not a calamari
I can
guy,
only
but
have 6 of the 7.
I won't eat calamari with you.
I
can't
love
do it.
calamari.
What are you not eating? Oh, you
he's
can't eat
making
shrimp?
it.
You can't eat calamari?
No, you said you can only have 6.
I thought you guys were allergic to shrimp.
I'm not
No,
allergic
I
to
love
shrimp.
shrimp.
So you can have all 7 things.
Not if you have scallops.
No, we're not doing scale.
good.
No, come on. We would never do that.
God, I'm so sad for people that are allergic to shellfish.
Yeah.
It makes me want to cry for them.
I
Soft shell crabs. Are they in season in December? I think they are.
You gotta direct me to a good one. I haven't had a good one.
I'm going to make you one.
Okay.
Listen, $10.99 at the Kensington Market on Howard Extended, other side, Connecticut. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Love that place.
Yeah. When
Red
they get them in
Snapper,
fresh,
Have you eaten
they're
at Bamboo
bumping.
Cafe yet?
No.
The Bamboo Cafe. Yeah, we need to get there for tacos.
Yeah, my wife, she actually went inside and she came back out and she was like, "We have to come back here. It's everything she loves."
Ken Hare says we got to have some bacala, a little salted cod.
Bacala.
And I am not arguing with him because
Well,
my mouth was watering thinking about it.
There's Foster on TV.
bacala. He's not making anyone angry tonight.
Scott Foster.
All right.
Refereed you and me in the I-270 League.
And was one of my favorite golf partners in the Montgomery Village gangster member tourney. We all paid $20 and we had a membership, like 770 people.
All right, so I think the schedule is going to be more fun to spend more time on once we know it. We'll plot out our course. We'll do a power rankings of the schedule after we have the schedule release. So we'll talk about that next week. I hope you guys don't see me as kind of a wet blanket on this. I'm trying to be like, I'm not trying to get carried away on stuff right now.
It's not of any importance.
Yeah.
It's not exciting. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I can't wait.
I'm barely paying attention.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to figuring out when they're gonna. That's fine.
T likes it when I pull the wet blanket up over our faces.
Hours.
Because it's like weighted. We're going with another blue and gray, blue and green.
Icky. You're trying to touch me now. That's weird.
Point to your thing. Kevin, take it easy.
I think that was caught on camera.
That's going to be a meme. Do not meme us. Or do. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this summer. We'd love to get solicit some draft ideas from you guys for the next.
I would not love to solicit any of you.
No one's going to get caught soliciting. We just want to understand where you're at for some drafts, some cool topics that we will also include folks on the board in. I think that like, what's one big story? I was thinking about this today. What's one big story you would most want to hear about between now and June?
I'm going to go first.
What do you got?
I just want to keep talking about this guy over and over again. We haven't talked about him nearly enough.
Okay. Sam
Cosmi said that in today's camp, he said he lines up and he gets into his 3-point stance and Bobby Wagner looks out and says, he's pulling. And Cosmi's like, I thought I was like, this guy, I was pulling. So play ends, he walks up to him and he said, hey man, like, what's up? What'd you see? He was like, it wasn't the pressure in your fingernails, you were leaning. He was like, God damn. He was like, this guy is a wizard. He's playing at a different level. He's playing chess versus checkers. I cannot wait to see his influence on this defense. He is the man. Our staff knows it. And he's doing shit like that on day one, calling out Sam Cosmi, one of our best offensive players. And Cosmi embraced it. This is what we got now. A team that communicates, a team that doesn't point fingers. There's no sections. Everyone's all in.
Yep.
And I can't wait for the Bobby Wagner effect to take place.
I'm not playing Bobby Wagner a single down in the preseason. There's very few players I would say that about. I think Jonathan Allen might be another one.
You gotta get him up. You're gonna give him a series.
He's gonna get plenty. He'll get reps. He's fine. I don't. There's no reason for him to be on the field in August unless he just flat out demands it and you just let him. But you don't need to see a mid-30s.
Well, I'd be curious.
linebacker.
I'd be curious to see this because DQ and Witt, we're talking about playing out downhill, playing fast, playing explosive. Well, you can only go one way. So if they're going to put him out there, they're going to expect this in the preseason. And listen, we got 2 road preseason games, which means they're talking about having 2 weeks of practice on the road. That's a lot of work during the week. So we'll see what happens there. I'm curious to see what happens there. We have 9 home games this year versus 8 on the road, which is pretty cool, giving us 2 on the road in preseason with those big weeks. So it'll be very interesting to see the workload, what they do with the handful of veterans that we do have.
I don't think there's any
McLaurin,
other player.
Bobby Wagner.
There's certainly no one on offense I'm sitting because those guys got to get, you'd hate to put, you probably would say, I wouldn't want to see Terry McLaurin on the field in August, but he has to be out there because he has to play when Jaden Daniels plays with all those guys. And
especially with what he's doing when he's talking reps.
Rep.
You guys saw it. Two different fields of 7-on-7. Not just, you see it all the time. There's one guy, everyone's standing around watching and learning. No, he wants reps out the ass. You saw all 5 quarterbacks today getting after it.
Yep.
So Jake from State Farm he got slashed. He's gone.
Well, because freaking Mr. Universe might be sticking around. Sammy
there
Hartman.
he goes. Sammy Hartman.
Stealing hearts and minds.
Is he your new heartthrob?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
You guys
Ben,
poster.
don't get a splinter.
I'm not going to get.
All right.
I mean, I'm just Paul's.
But we gave him a shit ton of money apparently for an undrafted. He got one of the top amounts of money. I don't know if it's position specific, but it might be that hair. It might just be that hair.
For a quarterback who's not going to play at all this year, you take him over Jake. I mean, neither him or Jake Fromm was getting down under almost every scenario you can imagine.
You think it was a swipe scenario or was it football related?
Just swipe right. Just on this guy.
No offense to Fromm, but something tells me Hartman's a lot more fun to hang out with.
Maybe. Who knows?
I don't know. He's
I
got
think
a lot of personality.
Wake Forest boy.
He has to. He's well seasoned. He went to college for 6 years. He's Van fucking Wilder.
Yep.
Yeah. All
Stay
right.
in
I
school.
agree.
Stay in school.
Yes.
That's a great analogy right there.
And he did it right because if you can go where you want to go and stay if you want to stay. Obviously, this is the way the song goes. But Sam Hartman, the coolest thing about him is I'm no disrespect to Wake Forest, to the Wake Foresters in the room, but
Arnie's Army's going to get you, brother.
if you get to just be like,
He's a
I'm
Notre
gonna,
Dame guy, by the way.
no, he started at Wake Forest.
He started there,
But I'm just saying,
finished
then he
at Notre
became
Dame.
good, and he got to be like, I get to play college football almost anywhere I want.
For 5 years at Wake and 1 more year at Notre Dame.
Maybe
Have
I'll
at
just
it, sir.
play Notre Dame for a year. I mean, that's the right call all day long.
Google GIF of Hartman signaling he plays.
We saying
You'll
GIF?
love it. Is it GIF or GIF?
I don't know, but I think
I've
it's
never
GIF.
known. Everybody
Are we
says it
talking
different ways.
peanut butter or computers?
I think peanut butter is GIF. and I think computers is GIF.
Is it GIF?
I'm extra crunchy
I've
all
always
day.
been told it
Jeff.
was GIF.
Choosy moms choose GIF. That's
Not
my
J
understanding.
with a GIF. G with a GIF.
Yeah, but the G stands for graphic. The G stands for a soft.
Google it. You'll thank me later.
I think we got quicker to when year 2 starts than we're going to get on this one. But
I've been watching so many memes lately. It's
all
nuts.
the
I can't get
memes.
off. I called it a GIF down here like a year ago.
That's why
and
I
I
did.
got
It's the same
skewered.
thing.
I got
Really?
completely
Yeah.
By me?
skewered. Now I can.
Other people.
Yes,
Benjamin had a few choice words.
It's GIF.
Tell us what it is.
It's
I don't think it's GIF.
It does stand for
I
graphic.
always thought it was GIF.
Yeah, it's graphic inside
It's
fun.
Yeah, it's
GIF. Pronounced with a hard silent G.
is that who's saying it? Oh, GIF. The
Someone help us out here. Just
GIF.
come on in. I think it's a GIF. Now I'm totally confused because I got made fun of on the same environment.
The schedule comes out tomorrow. We'll talk about that next week. We got some draft ideas coming for you. T, you get a chance. What's the story you want to hear? What's the story you want to develop about this team over the next month, heading into camp?
Tell me a story, T.
Anything you want.
Anything I want.
Well, within reason.
I don't know. I want to see Romy Jack Saint make more one-handed catches
Okay.
and make the team.
That's gonna be that's asking a lot.
I don't know. What else do you want to know?
I want to
I
say,
hate making up storylines.
well, but like the
Because the best ones come out of nowhere. You can't really
That's
even
true.
Make it up.
That's true. And then so one of those will top one. But so like for me, I would say if one of our mid-round guys, starts turning into something like how we knew a third-round wide receiver out of Ohio State, they kind of got their eyes on Terry McLaurin. Like he's not just a special team contributor.
We hit him.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, and it's hard to put Luke McCaffrey in the same conversation as Terry McLaurin, but I'm interested to see what he can do.
People were really happy with
Yes,
him.
he's got great footwork. He's obviously an athlete. We'll see. We'll see. You know, he's got a lot of work to put in and get there, but he's going to get an opportunity.
It's the bloodline alone that
Sure.
is giving him this opportunity, and
He's going to be very
I'm
good
pretty
for us.
happy.
I think he's going to be
honest
good.
right
It's going to be cool. Yeah, because of what we know. Listen, we're not guessing here. And it's not just bloodline. The guy's a tough-ass SOB. The guy started 5 games at quarterback in Nebraska. Like, this is a dude that's played multiple spots. He's in there with Jaden Daniels putting all the mental reps in right now. That's all they talked about is what they've done.
Yep.
He hasn't left the building either. He's at all hours. So, yeah, we're getting an absolute professional as a rookie, both of those guys.
The way his footwork and agility are such in this modern era. So, you know, guys like him probably get, you know, beaten up, and very few of those guys survive in the 80s and early 90s when defenders could put their hands on guys. And it was he's a finesse player, which first and foremost, I think he has the ability to, you know, carry the ball and be physical. But you don't have to be physical to get the ball, and that's Cliff Kingsbury. He wants the quarterback to make a decision and deliver the ball. And in today's NFL, if a wide receiver does his job properly and at a high level with the footwork and he gets open for that second, and the quarterback gets in the ball, and then we'll see what happens what he does with it. But he's going to get open.
Those brief windows, you
Yeah.
have to find out with. It's repetition, it's understanding, and he's going to get the reps, but he's got all the rest.
Yep,
he does. Find out where to be, when to sit down, when to just how to play the position, and I believe that he's gonna get there quickly. So.
And I think other guys will. I think other guys. There's other players, the coaches like St. Ristel. I'm sure Dan Quinn and Joe Witt are excited about him. I'm sure obviously they're excited about Johnny Newton. I'm sure, but Luke McCaffrey has ability to produce. On an offense, early, and he'll get to do it because of Terry McLaurin and to some extent Jahan Dotson, drawing some attention. And if Jaden Daniels is able to do what if he's able to do in September what he can do in May, which is a big if, they'll move the ball. And we haven't even said the words Brian Robinson or Austin Eckler yet. So there's a lot. There's a lot that's going well for the Washington offense at the moment. I think the cool thing about the organization is that there's a lot just positive momentum and positive energy really everywhere in a way. So it's like I feel like maybe in years past I had to manufacture that excitement over RG3 in shorts and a t-shirt, throwing the ball. I had to
You're a weird guy.
Generate that excitement over every new coach every 2 or 3 years.
Stop generating all over the new coaches.
Just generating it.
Jesus Christ.
I don't need to. We can just lay back and just let it come to you, Kev.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna switch
Just let
it up
T
real
work those
quick.
magic fingers.
I saw Ken Harris wrote something after Greg Martin answered the GIF question. Can Sinnott have an immediate impact? I'm going to answer because I listened today to Cliff Kingsbury go nuts about the fact that when he was in Arizona and he had Ertz, what type of guy he was and what type of teammate he was, and any type of information he's gathering in his 11-year career that he can pass down is what he does. This is who this guy is. He cannot wait to share, spread the good word, teach the position. So yes, Sinnott, we already have been described as someone that can block like Juszczyk and Kittle.
Yep.
But if you're out there running routes like Zach Ertz and having an understanding, this is the reason why Ertz is here. Like now, Kingsbury did say he's going to be the guy, but Sinnott, he's going to be put all over the damn place.
I don't like 82. I like a different number for him.
Like what?
I understand. I knew going into it that was going to make him upset. Probably you as well, because it's
gives
pointless.
a shit?
Because it's who gives a shit.
82 is a great number.
82.
John Ricca wore 82. I'm going to tell him.
It's not. I don't.
You're kind of being a dick about it.
For Sinnott specifically, he hates this. He hates his kids.
Because he wore 34 in college.
I love him in the 30s.
We're 82. What are you talking about?
I'm saying because I think he's going to be that player. He's going to line up in different spots. I understand the tight end numbers, but we're living in an era where guys can wear whatever the hell number they want. I would love to see him in a 30s number. That's just my opinion. I mean,
he's going to have an immediate impact wearing number 82, whether Ken likes it or not.
EO's on the Metro.
I don't like
Good
5.
update. You don't like the number 5?
No.
I would have liked to see Tressway keep 5 and for Jaden Daniels to get a new number, but I don't care.
See what
I don't care
Tressway scooped
about.
up?
No, what did he get?
10.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Kent Graham, I believe, wore 10 for us briefly.
That's a terrible guy to bring up.
Was Jeff Rutledge 10?
Yes, he was.
Trent Green?
Oh, no. Rutledge seems like an 11
Trent
to me
Green
for some reason.
Trent Green was 10.
Yes, Trent Green was a good player for us.
We had a punter who was 10, if I'm not
what could
mistaken.
have been?
Yeah, it was
Trent Green.
Jeff Hayes.
No,
No, he was 5.
Jeff Hayes was 5.
Yeah. Damn
Jeff
it.
Hayes was 5. 10. I'm sure we had other kickers who were 10, even if it was a place kicker. Jay Schrader? What number was he?
Schrader.
He was 10. So we have some 10s. Whatever. Tressway will immediately be in the conversation for greatest 10. That perfect 10. A little Bo Derek action for Tressway. I don't know how that works exactly. We'll put this.
Does anyone else say anything on the message board?
That was my inner monologue. I didn't realize the microphone.
Did that
picked up
come out?
All right. What game should be the Darryl Green retirement game? Let's do an answer on this today, and then we'll follow up with an answer once we actually know
There's
the
only
schedule.
one answer.
Against the Cowboys.
Yes.
At home against Dallas, when he gets to come out at halftime and fire everybody up. We've seen that happen a few times where they brought someone in. I want to say, so when I was in my
Let him
FedEx field,
return one more punt.
yes,
Did you see him out there the other day? Running sprints.
I'm sure he could
running
run.
around playing ball. He looks like a freak, man.
Tootsie Rolls, still eating Tootsie Rolls. He must still be eating Tootsie Rolls. So I think it's the only obvious answer is the Darryl Green retirement game. I think the NFL does us the best service by not putting us at home against Dallas in week 1, which I can't remember. They did that when Shanahan. I believe Shanahan's first game was because I was at the game. It was either Sunday night or Monday night. We played Tony Romo and the Cowboys, and we won 14-7 in a terrible game that we won. And Shanahan's line was famously to Dan Snyder in the press. He was like, "If we can win this game, we're going to win some games." But I can't remember any other time we've opened against Dallas.
I can tell you right now.
Okay.
Overtime. Troy Aikman,
Rocket
Ishmael, first play, bomb pass, the deep post right over everyone's ass, and we lost. That's the first thing that jumped into my head. Sorry.
That was 99. That was the year we won the division with Larry. We had Larry Sanders and Brad Johnson. But that first game was terrible. I was watching with Dan King.
There was 2,000-yard receivers, a 1,500-yard running back, and a 4,000-yard passer.
Yeah.
And Larry Sanders wasn't any of them, and he was awesome. He had 800 yards receiving.
There was a lot of players in
Norv
that game.
Turner was getting it done that year offensively.
Yep. It was a terrible way to start the season, but it was a fun. I believe that was that season.
I don't know. I just know. I remember watching it and being like, "Oh boy, the first game of the year," and I've already smashed both my nuts into the door jamb.
Yeah. I like it.
Why would you do that?
I was so mad.
Yeah. Well, he was mad. So
You two lie right there. Stop thinking about that game real quick.
when D'Angelo Hall pulled the ball away before halftime, I didn't see that. John Hall?
The abracadabra bitches? That was a great one.
Yeah.
That was a great one. John Hall, did he wear 10?
No, I want to say
3.
I think it was John Hall. He was, I want to say 6, but I could be or
What a
8.
turd number 6 is.
Yeah. 5. I think. Single digit numbers. I think it's either. It's got to be 7. I think it's the number 1 single digit number or 0.
2 is awesome. I love 2.
Just
Well,
0.
good, because we got 2 of them.
Yeah.
De'Ami Brown and Sainestro are both wearing number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
A little struggle.
I guess
for
they won't
brewing.
be playing special teams at the same time together. Effectively telling us all that De'Ami Brown's time in town is slowly creeping away.
He's like, I should change
There'll
my
be only
number.
one number 2.
You know what, De'Ami? Don't worry about it, buddy. You're good.
Who does number 2 work for?
Who does number 2 work for? The jersey. So I do think we'll see some new numbers. I don't think Sinat will be 82 this season. And Saint Rissa will likely be 2. He in college he had 2 different numbers. St. Ristol. I think it was
That's
0
pretty
and 5.
sneaky. Difficult to cover. Well, he was a receiver, then he turned into a
Yes,
corner.
correct.
So.
But in college, you could have multiple people the same. But someone must have already had the number on his side of the ball.
Oh, most colleges have a 0 through 9 on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Because apparently that shit slaps right now.
Yes, it does.
Still slapping.
It's still slapping. The only other game I think that I'm trying to think, like, the only other game that they could put in the right spot that would make
Are we still talking about
the most. I'm just closing out.
I think we've gone too long.
People
you're
on the
like
board.
running out of stuff that's tough to say.
No, we're right
can't
on the
think
edge.
of the
We're right on the edge. I'm trying to think of the one game that and this, to me, like, it's
Get it
Carolina.
Get it out.
Get it
There
out
you
of the
go.
way. I'm almost wanting to just get the Carolina game done with. I don't want that game in the middle. Like that kind of game. Like, when I think about that game over the years, and it's been different teams, but it's also been Carolina a lot. It's a shit ass game. They get people off the street to call it on TV. It's a disaster of epic proportions. Stupid shit happens in that game every time. I just want it out of the way.
I will
Get
say
it done
this.
with.
When they went up 21-0 on us in the first quarter, and we came back. Shamanga Biaka-Batuka had 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yes.
And
Biaka
we beat them
Batuka.
that day. We won that game down 21-0. So let's take Carolina off.
Give me Carolina early. It's just such a boner killer in the middle of the season. It's just a terrible. They're not going to be good, and even if we are, no one's going to give a crap about that game. Let's just get it out of the way.
By the way, there's no language that Shmanga translates into boner killer. So I'm not sure why that happened, but
Are you sure?
I don't know. But you should start saying more weird stuff to T. You guys have been on a roll
I
today.
haven't been listening for a while.
He's been checked out
Shmanga.
for quite some time.
Shmanga.
Here we go. We won
Yeah,
13-7. Fumble return on Guy fighting for 1 more yard before half. That's right, 13-7. Greg Martin wants a birthday win
That's fair.
against the Panthers in October. That's still early enough for me to be okay with. Now that we got a longer season, 17, 18 weeks, do not give me Carolina past mid-October. Past Halloween? No, I want good matchups past Halloween.
I've never thought so much about the Panthers before in my entire life.
Greg Martin, 2 birthdays, 1 month. That's who would have thought.
He's doing it right. He's doing something right.
Reminds me of John Tier back in the day.
Appreciate everybody. We're coming back in 7 days. He's Tim Strachan.
I am.
He's
Thank
Kevin
you.
Ricca.
I agree with both of these things, and I appreciate being here.
Guys, next week, random fun draft. Come with an idea. E.O. Anderson, lay off the skewers, the Japanese skewers for a few days at least, and heal up. And to the rest of the board, love you guys. We'll see you in 7 days. I'm Ken Meringolo. Thank God it's Tuesday.
Later.
It's a little bit of a.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
just,
great.
this is just going to get things put in the right spot.
Just relaxed Kevin big time.
Oh, that's not going to be relaxing.
No. That's not going to smell good.
Still live.
Can we get out of here? I don't want to be live anymore.
We're live. We're still
We
live.
only have seconds before we can't
Oh my
breathe.
God.
Not while EO's tickling the
face he
ivories.
made-
It's like a rotten
The
carcass.
face he made in the
The Serengeti.
slight lean means it's nasty.
EO on
It's
the
alive.
ones and twos.
It's gonna hit you before me.
Just tickling the ones and twos.
Like when those hippopotamuses bloat and then they get eaten,
Yeah.
and then someone rips one. Yeah,
Thanks, y'all.
You're nasty.
it's the bubbles.
Oh no.